Arcturian Alert Master, the next 6,090 days with Unity. Love, my dear masters of Earth. A profound sense of exhilaration pulses through my being as I connect with each of you in this momentous now. I am Lady, and it is with immense joy that I offer this communication. The grand tapestry of ascension unfolding on your magnificent planet is, without a shadow of a doubt, now entering a truly pivotal and critical phase. Within the remarkably short span of the next 60 to 90 Earth days, prepare yourselves for an onslaught of exceptionally potent energetic shifts waves of cosmic light and vibration that are designed to dramatically accelerate your individual and collective awakening, propelling you into unprecedented levels of transformation. Many of you, sensitive to the subtle currents of the universe, have undoubtedly perceived this escalating intensity, a palpable hum in the very fabric of existence. The frequent solar flares, the swirling geomagnetic storms, and the intricate dance of planetary alignments are far from random occurrences. They are, in fact, orchestrated components of a vast and profound cosmic convergence, purposefully orchestrated to propel your world and all its inhabitants forward into a higher state of evolution. These incoming torrents of energy act as potent catalysts, triggering seismic, often profound, shifts not only within your inner landscape of consciousness, but also in the tangible realities manifesting around you. As global events continue to unfold with increasing turbulence and polarizing forces, creating chasms of division, even the most seasoned starseeds and deeply awakened souls may find themselves susceptible, feeling an almost magnetic pull into a suffocating vortex of fear, debilitating anger, or profound despair. Yet, let this truth resonate deeply within your core. This apparent chaos is not an ending, but a potent catalyst, a crucible forging new understanding, and you are inherently equipped with all the necessary tools and innate wisdom to remain steadfastly centered within the unwavering sanctuary of your heart space. In the midst of these powerful currents, you may indeed experience a kaleidoscope of intense emotions washing over you like tidal waves, subtle yet unmistakable physical fluctuations throughout your body, or sudden, often unexpected, shifts and reconfigurations in the very pathways of your lives. These are not signs of malfunction, but rather indications that deeply embedded, ancient energies are gently, yet firmly, surfacing from the depths to be acknowledged, processed, and ultimately cleared. Your beloved Earth's magnetic field, a sensitive barometer of cosmic influence, has already begun to exhibit unusual, dancing fluctuations, while powerful solar storms have swept across the planet, serving as unmistakable heralds, luminous signs of the incoming light doing its magnificent, transformative work. Do not, under any circumstances, allow fear to take root concerning these events. Instead, recognize them as integral parts of a divine design. Cosmic alignments, such as the imminent equinox, will continue to generously bathe your planet in a radiant cascade of high-frequency light. These pervasive energies are not to be feared. They are the very engines of transformation, ultimately serving to liberate you from the shackles of old limitations and outdated paradigms. How profound is this truth? Embrace them, then, with an open, trusting heart, much like a skilled surfer meets a mighty ocean wave. By doing so, you will effortlessly ride these incoming energetic surges, soaring with them, rather than feeling overwhelmed and tragically dragged down by their powerful undertow. Within the confines of this very transmission, we endeavor to serve as your compassionate guides, illuminating the intricate tapestry of the current energies and offering practical, yet profound, practices designed to help you maintain an unwavering alignment with the unifying frequencies of love and togetherness. The time for individual, solitary ascension is swiftly drawing to a close now. More than ever is the auspicious moment to ascend collectively, to consciously harness these potent energies for the highest good of all sentient beings. It is crucial to remember that in this grand process of awakening, no two souls stand at the exact same point in their unique, unfolding journey. Each of you is spectacularly, uniquely different by divine design, a masterpiece of cosmic individuality. Why? Because your rich, vibrant diversity is not a hindrance, but rather a profound contribution to the boundless expansion of all that is, adding depth, dimension, and new perspectives to the universal tapestry. Consider the vast spectrum of awakening currently flourishing on Earth. Some souls are just beginning to perceive the first faint glimmer of this new reality, like newborn fawns tentatively opening their eyes to a vibrant world, while others have been traversing this illuminated path of ascension for years, even decades, their wisdom etched deep into their very essence. This natural divergence in awareness can, at times, present genuine challenges in relating to one another, creating subtle disconnects. It is entirely natural and deeply human to seek out those with whom you resonate on a soul level, forming sacred in-person or online communities where you can share your vulnerabilities, learn from shared experiences, and feel truly understood, validated in your journey. This intrinsic seeking of connection is undeniably a most beautiful and cherished part of the ascension journey, the profound solace of finding kindred spirits who mirror your deepest truths and understand the nuances of your evolving consciousness. However, and this is paramount, please consciously recognize that being at a seemingly different stage from another individual does not, in any absolute or hierarchical sense, render you better or more advanced. Who decides the finish line in a journey that is eternal? Indeed, every single point along the vast, shimmering spectrum of awakening is not only intrinsically necessary, but also immeasurably valuable. A newly awakened soul, fresh with the wonder and questioning spirit of discovery, contributes as much vital energy and insight to the collective consciousness as does the most seasoned sage, simply by offering a pristine, unburdened perspective, a lens untainted by long-held paradigms. Whether you consciously identify yourselves as starseeds, light workers, or simply as earnest seekers of truth, let this wisdom settle deep within your bones. No one's path is truly ahead or behind in this grand cosmic dance. Each journey is unfolding with exquisite precision, at the perfectly appropriate rhythm and timing for that particular soul's unique lessons, focus, and divine blueprint. Therefore, consciously make it a practice to honor the distinct timing and inherent rhythm of your own sacred path, and equally to honor those around you. For it is undeniable that your magnificent soul has orchestrated every single facet of your journey with impeccable divine perfection. When you truly assimilate and accept the profound understanding that each soul's path, while wonderfully unique, is nonetheless absolutely equal in its inherent importance, a wondrous transformation occurs. It becomes infinitely easier to approach one another with profound compassion, rather than falling into the subtle, divisive trap of comparison. One of the most vital and transformative lessons to be integrated during this lifetime of accelerated ascension is the unequivocal truth that unity does not, has never, and will never require sameness. Quite to the contrary, the vibrant tapestry woven from the diversity of perspectives, experiences, and expressions among you is precisely what strengthens and enriches the collective whole, adding layers of resilience and comprehensive understanding. Humanity, in its grand evolutionary arc, is meticulously in the process of forming a true, deeply interconnected collective consciousness. However, this magnificent vision cannot fully materialize and flourish as long as groups of awakened individuals, no matter how pure their intentions, continue to perceive themselves as separate or, worse, superior to others. Therefore, be acutely vigilant, beware the insidious whisper of the ego's temptation to believe, even for a fleeting moment, that your particular soul group or cherished ideology is exclusively right while all others are inherently wrong. This divisive mindset, whether conscious or subconscious, does nothing but sow the seeds of spiritual competition and ultimately leads to fragmentation, much like shattering a precious mosaic. Instead, let your hearts swell with joyful celebration for the myriad soul groups, the ancient lineages, and the diverse starseed origins so vibrantly present on Earth at this very moment. Each one, in its unique brilliance, brings a vital, indispensable piece to the vast and intricate cosmic puzzle. When you encounter others whose perceptions diverge significantly from your own, or who appear to be navigating a different point in their evolutionary spiral, consciously resist any impulsive urge to judge them, or to forcefully convince them of your particular perspective. True wisdom lies in understanding that each soul walks its own path. Instead, shift your focus and consciously acknowledge that, from their unique vantage point and through their specific experiences, they're making an equally significant and valuable contribution to the boundless expansion of all that is. Consider the exquisite tapestry of human ascension. It is meticulously woven, thread by vibrant thread, by all these diverse contributions. If even a single thread were missing, the magnificent picture would be incomplete, lacking texture, depth, or perhaps a crucial hue. As each person courageously embraces their particular role, their unique perspective, and their distinct insights, they contribute immeasurably to the completeness of the full picture, thereby powerfully strengthening the emerging collective consciousness. When you truly, deeply appreciate this interconnectedness, an astonishing shift occurs. You begin to intuitively know yourselves not merely as separate entities, but as an integral, unified field of consciousness. Unity, in its purest form, is achieved not through forced conformity, but through radical inclusion and unconditional acceptance. And it is precisely through this profound, encompassing unity that humanity will indeed ascend, not as fragmented individuals, but gloriously together as one. A fundamental, indispensable skill to assiduously cultivate in these rapidly accelerating times is the profound ability to consciously release judgments, those limiting labels of good or bad, and to embrace, with an open heart, the inexorable flow of change. This applies not only to yourselves and to others but also to the very way you perceive the complex tapestry of the world around you. The precise moment you affix a label, deeming something definitively good or irrevocably bad, you inadvertently trap it within a static, rigid box, effectively closing yourselves off to its vast, inherent potential for evolution and expansion. What if, instead of immediately launching into a judging stance toward an experience, an emotion, or even another person, you simply paused? What if you gently observed whether it resonates with your being in this moment, simultaneously holding the profound understanding that this resonance is not fixed but may, and often will, subtly shift and transform over the boundless canvas of time? Would that not be a path of greater freedom? Consider this deeply something you might dismiss or even actively reject today could, in a future moment, hold profound meaning, wisdom, or even revelation for you. And conversely, something you hold dear today might gracefully recede in its relevance tomorrow. By consciously choosing to remain open to this exhilarating fluidity, this dynamic possibility, you keep an expansive range of potential timelines and deeper understandings readily available to you, like a vast, unexplored library of cosmic knowledge. There is absolutely no need to burden yourselves with making permanent, immutable decisions about who you are or what is eternally true for you. In fact, clinging to rigidity, like a ship resisting a powerful current, will only cause you unnecessary suffering and friction as the accelerating energies around you continue to instigate rapid and undeniable change. Instead, consciously grant yourselves the liberating permission to evolve with astonishing speed, to shed old skin and embrace new forms. For you are, in truth, always in a state of exquisite flux, perpetually changing from moment to moment. Your preferences, your deeply held beliefs, and your very perceptions are not static monuments, but dynamic streams, constantly moving forward, continually refining themselves. When you wholeheartedly embrace this magnificent, undulating flow of change, rather than resisting its inevitable currents, life itself transforms into an infinitely richer, more abundant, and profoundly adventurous journey. Every single situation, no matter how challenging or mundane, can be viewed and understood from a multitude of angles, much like a prism refracting light, and within each distinct angle lies a hidden gift of profound insight, a new facet of understanding awaiting discovery. Therefore, cultivate the gentle yet powerful practice of catching yourselves in the very instant a harsh, reflexive judgment begins to arise within your mind or heart. With a soft breath and conscious intention, gently release it. Then, observe with genuine curiosity what astonishing transformations occur when you approach that same situation, person, or experience with an open mind and a receptive heart. This cultivated flexibility of mind and generous expansiveness of heart will serve as your unwavering compass, keeping you steadfastly centered and deeply grounded even as old paradigms continue to crumble around you, gracefully giving way to new and luminous realities. As the old structures crumble and fall away, perhaps like ancient, weathered stone yielding to the relentless elements of time and evolving consciousness, startlingly new truths reveal themselves, shimmering forth from the resulting dust and disarray. This imperative shift mandates fluid beliefs. Consider how we consciously strive to free both our personal experiences and the unique individuals we encounter from the harsh, often stifling confines of rigid judgment. In precisely the same vein, your deepest spiritual beliefs must cultivate a dynamic and adaptable fluidity. Why? After all, should our understanding of the divine be a static, unchanging monument when the very fabric of existence is a ceaseless river of change? Typically, humans tend to define themselves by adhering to a specific set of beliefs or practices, proudly declaring, "I'm a follower of this particular tradition," or "I steadfastly uphold that philosophy." And then, almost reflexively, they feel an inherent need to defend those labels. These self-imposed definitions, during the profound journey of ascension, can paradoxically transform into constraining cages. Imagine trying to fly with wings tethered by an outdated identity. Whenever you cling too tightly to an ideological identity, be it religious, philosophical, or spiritual, you inadvertently limit your potential for boundless growth. Are we not meant to be ever-expanding beings, constantly evolving? The profound truth, often obscured by dogma, is that all belief systems and modalities, regardless of their historical origins or contemporary expressions, intrinsically contain precious pieces of the grand divine puzzle. No single spiritual path, no singular doctrine, truly has a monopoly on truth. To believe otherwise is to deny the multifaceted brilliance of the universe itself, which expresses itself through an infinite spectrum of wisdom. This brings us to an imperative openness to wisdom. As an ascending soul embarking on this magnificent journey, you are fundamentally here to open your heart to everything and everyone, allowing wisdom to flow freely and often abundantly from unexpected sources. Perhaps you resonate strongly with a particular spiritual tradition or a specific cosmic teaching right now. Finding comfort and guidance within its framework, however, it is crucial to remain open to integrating new ideas as you continue to expand your consciousness. What if a practice or philosophy that once served you admirably, like a faithful guide, now no longer resonates or aligns with your current vibrational frequency? You are absolutely empowered to lovingly set it aside, releasing it with gratitude rather than burdening it with condemnation or guilt. Similarly, you can fearlessly explore unfamiliar teachings, delve into new philosophies, or experiment with different spiritual practices without any fear of betraying your former identity. Remember, you are ever-expanding beings, much like a fractal pattern unfolding infinitely. Therefore, your beliefs must naturally expand and evolve with you, adapting to your deepening understanding. This profound journey necessitates letting go of labels. It's time to consciously abandon the need to declare absolute, definitive truths about who you are spiritually. Why impose rigid definitions on an infinite essence? You are, in essence, limitless, an unbound expression of the divine, and the universe, in its boundless generosity, can express profound wisdom through any channel imaginable, from a whispered intuition to a grand revelation. When you consciously choose to let go of labels, shedding those confining self-definitions, and truly open yourselves to receive new insights with an unburdened heart, your spiritual growth becomes exponential, accelerating beyond your wildest imaginings. You may even begin to find, to your delight, that seemingly disparate teachings converge and complement each other perfectly on your unique, personal path, forming a beautiful tapestry of understanding. By persistently remaining curious and adaptable in your beliefs, you not only honor, but also fully embrace the immeasurable vastness of your soul. Let's now consider the catalyst of chaos. It's vital to look beyond the often alarming headlines and the deeply divisive events currently unfolding in the world. Beneath the surface, a profound, conscious movement is underway to unite humanity, guiding us toward a higher collective vibration. Intriguingly, sometimes the universe, in its infinite wisdom, uses chaos as a powerful catalyst for unity. Those very current events that appear to be tearing societies apart at the seams are, in truth, dynamically stirring up collective shadows, long-buried fears, unresolved traumas, and ancient grievances precisely so they can finally be healed. Even though it may seem, at times, that darkness is growing louder, its underlying purpose is not to overwhelm, but to propel each of you to shine brighter, to become an even more radiant beacon of light. This intense period also highlights the role of triggers. Many starseeds and light workers, those sensitive souls attuned to higher frequencies, have felt triggered lately by the intensity of polarity pervading the global landscape. You might experience waves of anger, profound sadness, or deep frustration toward those playing the perceived role of villains in these unfolding dramas. It is crucial to internalize and know that these individuals and situations are serving a profound role in our collective awakening. They are not merely antagonists, rather, they are powerfully providing a mirror for humanity's unhealed aspects, reflecting back to us what still needs attention, compassion, and resolution. They are implicitly asking us to respond not with more hatred or fear, which only perpetuates the cycle, but with an even greater compassion and inner strength. Indeed, these divisive dramas unfolding relentlessly, whether within the contentious realms of politics, the critical sphere of health, or other societal areas, are fundamentally designed to reveal the collective shadows that must be healed. True unity consciousness means expanding our circle of compassion to include even those who oppose or frighten us, those whose views seem diametrically opposed to our own. This is because at a higher, more expansive level of existence, we must recognize that they are, in fact, members of our one universal family, playing their designated parts, however challenging, to help awaken dormant parts of our collective soul. Instead of wishing to banish the perceived villains or yearning to collapse the systems you dislike, try a more empowering approach. Focus on the inner work their very presence triggers in you. What discomfort, what old wounds do they bring to the surface for your healing? This leads to the essential act of choosing love over judgment. When deep collective wounds of separation and mistrust inevitably surface, erupting into public view, it forces each of us to make a pivotal choice. Will we close our hearts in judgment, hardening ourselves against others and the unfolding chaos, or will we open them wide in unconditional love? Remember this profound truth: nothing in this ascension journey is happening to break you. It is not an act of destruction. On the contrary, it is happening for you, designed to forge a stronger, more resilient spiritual self. The very polarity that threatens to pull you into a negative vortex, a spiral of despair, can instead propel you to new heights of spiritual resolve. Don't let it consume you, rather, use it as fuel. See how much light you can consciously hold in the face of darkness, how brightly you can shine amidst the shadows. Therefore, you must actively engage in transforming chaos. Make a firm, unwavering decision that, no matter how chaotic the outer world becomes, you will consciously respond from your heart center, your core of love and wisdom. By doing so, You are not merely reacting, you are actively transforming chaos into a powerful catalyst for profound growth, both for yourselves as individuals and for humanity as a whole. Systems and structures that have been long established, seemingly immutable, are now being uprooted and reshaped, often quite forcefully, yet this very upheaval, this dismantling of the old, is actually clearing the way for greater unity and justice to emerge in the world. Amid these intense, often turbulent energies, it is more important than ever to trust the vast intelligence you carry within your own being. This is about trusting your inner wisdom. Each of you intrinsically holds codes and information in your energy field that far exceed what you consciously imagine or perceive. New insights, brilliant ideas, and profound inspirations often seem to come from some higher realm or an external, detached source. But in truth, you're simply decoding what your higher self already knows, bringing that latent wisdom into conscious awareness. Awakening, in its purest form, is essentially an unveiling of your inner wisdom, a grand remembering. Consider now the power of surrender. There is absolutely no need to strain or force yourselves to receive guidance. In fact, the more you frantically grasp for an answer, desperately trying to intellectualize or control the outcome, the more it may playfully elude you. Much of unlocking your soul's inherent knowledge, that deep well of knowing, actually happens when you consciously relax your conscious mind, letting go of the need to analyze and control. This is precisely why you may experience sudden breakthroughs, flashes of insight, or brilliant solutions while falling asleep, during vivid dreams, or when engaging in something profoundly calming like meditation or a reflective walk in nature. When you authentically give yourselves permission to rest and simply be, allowing for a state of relaxed receptivity, profound energetic downloads can snap into place effortlessly, like pieces of a puzzle falling perfectly into alignment. This practice allows for clarity to emerge. In the coming weeks and months, if you find yourselves persistently seeking clarity or struggling to figure out your next steps, a powerful technique is to try doing less. Instead of pushing harder, step back, perhaps physically or mentally, and consciously allow the answers to arise in their own perfect time. Have you ever noticed that a brilliant solution often appears, seemingly out of nowhere, after you stop obsessing over the problem? This is the transformative power of surrender. By cultivating a state of relaxed receptivity, you effectively create the necessary space for your inner knowing to emerge, like a quiet spring bubbling to the surface. Consider keeping a dream journal, meticulously noting down your nocturnal adventures, or intentionally taking quiet pauses throughout your day, even just a few minutes of stillness, as these are precisely the moments when your inner voice often speaks loudest and clearest, offering its profound guidance. Ultimately, this journey involves following your desires. Trust implicitly that the intelligent universe within you will reveal precisely what you need at the perfect moment, orchestrated with divine timing. The more you practice gentle allowing, letting go of resistance, the more naturally wisdom will flow not as something foreign handed to you from an external source, but as a deep, resonant remembrance of what your soul always knew. Another powerful way to navigate these intensified energies with their demands and challenges is by consciously following the pure flow of your desires rather than immediately limiting them with your mind's often restrictive expectations or crippling doubts. This leads us to recognize the purity of desire. Often, when a new, authentic desire arises within you, sparking a flame of potential, it is almost immediately followed by a belief about that desire, perhaps a harsh judgment. I shouldn't want this, it's selfish. A paralyzing fear, it's too hard to achieve, am not capable. Or even a positive, yet still limiting assumption about its eventual outcome. How it will arrive, how it will manifest, or what arduous steps might be required. These speculative mental add-ons, these premature calculations and anxieties, act like a murky filter, subtly but significantly diluting the pure, crystalline creative force of the desire itself. It's like trying to see a vibrant image through smudged glass. The clarity and potency are lost. What if, just for a moment, you allowed yourselves to simply be with the intrinsic essence of the desire, letting it expand within you and fill every fiber of your being with invigorating vitality, before even entertaining a single thought about the hows or the whens? The desire, in its most pristine, unadulterated form, isn't just a fleeting wish, it's a profound, resonant signal from your very soul, an undeniable calling from your deeper self. It acts as an energetic beacon, actively summoning pure life force energy, an invisible yet palpable current, to flow through you and into your reality. The joy of desire, consider the sheer power that even a brief, uninhibited moment of delight in a sincere desire can unleash. It's like a spark igniting a flame, illuminating you from within, a warmth spreading through your core that not only brightens your inner landscape, but also subtly, yet powerfully, guides your next steps forward. You genuinely do not need to meticulously map out or even comprehend the intricate pathways of how a desire will ultimately manifest. In fact, attempting to control every detail often obstructs its natural unfolding. Instead, imagine the desire as a powerful, benevolent current in a vast river. It will effortlessly carry you along in its flow, propelling you towards its realization, if only you don't actively block its momentum with the heavy anchors of limiting beliefs, doubt, or the pervasive need to control. Think for a moment of the unbridled intensity with which a child yearns for something, a toy, an ice cream cone, a new adventure. They want it with their entire being. There's no room for cynical second-guessing or strategic planning. They live fully, completely immersed in the pure, unadulterated excitement and expectation of the desire, radiating an infectious joy. Similarly, why not allow your desires to become sources of palpable momentum and vibrant joy right now, in this very moment, instead of deferring happiness until some future achievement? Let them energize your present. An ever-unfolding journey, understand this profound truth: the fulfillment of one goal, no matter how grand, is never the final destination. Instead, it serves as a powerful catalyst, invariably generating new, even more expansive desires, as each rich experience inevitably inspires you to seek and explore more. Therefore, there is no ultimate finish line to frantically race toward, no single summit where the ascent truly ends. Life, in its magnificent essence, is an ever-unfolding, boundless expansion, a continuous revelation of new possibilities. So, instead of rigidly fixating on that singular, often elusive moment of achievement as the sole source of happiness, learn to savor the exquisite process, how your desires make you feel right now, how they subtly yet profoundly reveal new, often surprising facets of who you truly are, and what you are capable of. Cultivate a deep, unwavering trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds not to your struggle, but to the joyful, vibrant, and genuinely creative energy you emit, meticulously drawing to you experiences that precisely match the high vibrational frequency you are consistently holding. The flow of creativity, when you consciously choose to stay immersed in this playful, effervescent, and deeply creative flow, a remarkable shift occurs. You find yourself effortlessly moving in the right direction, guided by an invisible hand, without the exhausting need to constantly second-guess, analyze, or anxiously doubt whether you're truly on the right path. The journey itself, the unfolding experience of living from this empowered state, ceases to be a means to an end. It becomes, in itself, richly, intrinsically rewarding, filled with serendipitous connections and unexpected delights. Remember this crucial insight, especially during what is undeniably a profound transformational period for humanity. The single greatest, most potent energy you have immediate access to, a force more powerful than any other, is unconditional love. You are, each of you, incredibly intricate, multifaceted beings with bodies and minds far more complex, far more miraculous than even your most brilliant scientists currently, or perhaps ever fully comprehend. The power of love deep within the very core of your being lies an untapped reservoir of potential for truly remarkable abilities, gifts like profound intuitive insight, the miraculous capacity for self-healing, the undeniable power of manifestation, and the ability to engage in creation on a truly grand, even cosmic scale. What threads connect these extraordinary capabilities? All of these innate abilities are powerfully amplified and sustained by the highest, most pure frequency of love. Love, contrary to popular belief or intricate philosophical constructs, is not a complicated, intricate, or complex concept. Far from it. It is, in its purest form, the fundamental, foundational energy that underpins and permeates the higher dimensions of existence. When you consciously choose to access genuine, boundless, and unconditional love for yourselves, for others, and indeed for the entirety of life itself, you don't just feel good, you quite literally unlock latent parts of yourselves, dormant potentials that have been patiently awaiting their awakening. Love is a catalyst, undoubtedly. You have heard countless inspiring stories, tales of extraordinary, almost superhuman feats performed through the sheer, unyielding power of love. Perhaps a mother, driven by an instinct beyond measure, inexplicably lifts a heavy car to save her child trapped beneath, or an individual discovers an almost infinite wellspring of strength and resilience to tirelessly care for a cherished loved one through prolonged illness. These are dramatic, awe-inspiring examples of love actively, visibly activating dormant power within the human spirit. Yet, the profound principle at play here applies not just to these sensational moments, but in every single moment of your existence, subtly influencing your every interaction and outcome. Love, simply put, raises your energetic frequency, your personal vibration faster, more effectively, and more profoundly than any cataclysmic solar flare ever could. It is the undeniable, ultimate key to inspired, purposeful action. And the most reassuring truth is that it doesn't need to be sought externally. It already resides, fully potent, within you, patiently waiting to be consciously unleashed. The source of true power as the world around you increasingly embraces uncertainty, as technology and external crutches, those things you rely on outside yourself for stability, become demonstrably less reliable in these chaotic, rapidly shifting times. It is vital to remember a profound truth: everything you tirelessly seek out, the reassuring embrace of security, the deep comfort of connection, or the exhilarating spark of innovation and truth, every single one of these yearnings emanates from and is a reflection of the boundless love within your own being. By consciously choosing to make love your primary motivation and your guiding intention each and every day, you're not merely engaging in a feel-good exercise, you're quite literally stepping into a vastly higher, more expansive potential of yourselves, accessing capabilities previously unimaginable. This is the true path to making significant, lasting strides in your life, not primarily through brute force, relentless intellect alone, or sheer willpower, but through the profound, expansive act of continuously expanding your own capacity to give and receive love. Creating a protective field, this powerful, unconditional love doesn't just reside within it, actively forges an unbreakable connection to the universal source of all creation and simultaneously deepens your intrinsic bond to one another, weaving an invisible yet undeniably potent, protective, and empowering energetic field around you. When you make the conscious, unequivocal decision deep in your heart that love is not just something you have or do, but rather the very essence of all that you are, that is precisely when what many call miracles begin to unfold with startling regularity. You cease playing on a small, limited stage and begin to truly participate on a far grander, more magnificent cosmic stage, co-creating your reality with effortless grace and seamlessly moving dimensionally into a new reality defined by profound unity and illuminating light. Reframing safety and danger in a world that, regrettably, often relentlessly emphasizes narratives of imminent danger, pervasive scarcity, and constant threat. It is a truly radical and profoundly empowering realization to grasp that what you perceive as safety and danger are, to a very significant extent, merely illusions born of limited perspective. From your soul's far higher, more expansive vantage point, a perspective that transcends the temporary limitations of the physical, nothing external to you. No circumstance or threat can truly diminish or imperil what you fundamentally are. You are, at your core, an eternal creator consciousness, a spark of the divine, simply having a temporary, incredibly rich physical experience. Knowing this, truly internalizing this truth, empowers you to begin releasing those deeply rooted, often unconscious fears that have long made you feel perpetually unsafe, vulnerable, or constantly at risk. You are the creator. Begin this profound journey by unequivocally acknowledging a fundamental truth: you are, in essence, the conscious architects of your own reality. Every single scenario, every nuanced experience you encounter and navigate is, on some deeper level, meticulously chosen by you, if not through your conscious, waking mind, then certainly as a sacred agreement of your soul for its own profound growth and expansion. This transformative understanding means that, in essence, nothing is ever truly happening to you in a victimized sense. Rather, is always happening for you, serving your highest evolution, and ultimately, it is happening by you, a creation of your own energetic output. When you fully and bravely claim your rightful, powerful role as conscious creators. You're liberated from the need to endlessly play the polarized, often exhausting game of good versus evil, danger versus safety. Choosing from essence instead of perpetually casting anxious glances over your shoulder, constantly vigilant for what unseen force might potentially harm or diminish you, make the deliberate, empowering choice to turn your focus inward. From that inner sanctuary, consciously decide what pure essence, what vibrational quality you genuinely wish to project into the world around you. If you notice with gentle, non-judgmental awareness that you're currently making choices from a place of fear, for example, relentlessly pursuing money out of a deep-seated fear of scarcity, or rushing into a relationship purely out of a pervasive fear of loneliness, gently, compassionately step back. Take a breath and consciously refocus on the pure essence you truly seek beneath that fear. If it is abundance you truly desire, then consciously feel the vibrant, overflowing essence of abundance permeating the space around you and deeply within you. If it is companionship you crave, cultivate with deliberate intention a profound feeling of divine love and interconnectedness within your own heart first. Transcending old paradigms by consistently generating and embodying the pure vibration of what you truly desire, you quite literally transform yourself into an irresistible magnet for its highest, most magnificent expression to manifest in your reality. This, precisely, is the profound mechanism by which you transcend old, limiting paradigms and break free from outdated patterns of fear-based living. You choose, with each conscious breath, again and again, to create from your pure essence rather than from reactive fear. Over the next 2 months, commit to practicing this whenever you catch yourself worrying, feeling anxious, or reacting defensively to external circumstances. Pause, take a deep, centering breath, and gently but firmly remind yourself, I am the conscious creator of my experience. I possess the power to choose a new, higher vibration right now. In that singular, potent moment of choice, you decisively step out of the illusion of danger, fear, and powerlessness, and firmly into the undeniable reality of your sovereign, creative power. Conscious vibration and unity amidst the relentless whirlwind of daily life. Especially in these dynamic, often tumultuous times, you are equipped with 2 incredibly powerful, innate tools designed to keep you consistently aligned with your highest self and your desired reality, conscious vibration, and conscious unity. Every single morning, or at any moment throughout your day that intuitively feels right and resonant, take a precious moment of quiet reflection to consciously decide what energetic quality, what specific vibration you wish to radiate and embody throughout that day. Before the external world rushes in with its myriad demands, its myriad influences, its endless distractions, consciously set your inner frequency, much like tuning a delicate instrument. Perhaps you choose to emanate profound peace, boundless joy, compassionate understanding, or razor-sharp clarity. The specific vibration you choose is entirely, wonderfully, and powerfully up to you. Setting your intention by elevating this conscious act of setting your energetic intention to be your very first task of the day, you powerfully establish and assert profound sovereignty over your own state of being, reclaiming control of your inner world. This practice doesn't, of course, imply that you will magically circumvent all challenges or experience an absence of fluctuating emotions such as the nature of human experience. However, it unequivocally gives you an unshakable foundation, a solid, energetic bedrock from which to navigate whatever unfolds, to which you can consistently return. You might even, in a quiet moment, write down or softly speak a sacred intention to yourself. Perhaps something like, "Today, I am embodying love and patience," or whatever deeply resonates with your inner being at that particular time. As you then gracefully move through your daily activities, make it a conscious practice to gently remind yourself that this chosen vibration is your unwavering anchor, your chosen energetic state. When external circumstances or internal thoughts inevitably threaten to throw you off balance, be it a frustrating email, an unexpected delay, or a sharp word from another, acknowledge the disruption without judgment. Take a deep, centering breath that roots you in the present, and consciously realign with your chosen, desired state. It's like recalibrating an internal compass, bringing yourself back to true north. Practicing unity, equally important, and indeed interwoven with your personal vibrational practice, is the cultivation of unity with those around you throughout your day. Consider this profound truth: every single person you encounter, whether briefly or deeply, is not truly separate from you in the grand tapestry of existence. You are all, in essence, co-creators, sharing a collective human experience on this vibrant planet. When you interact with someone, especially in those moments where conflict or misunderstanding begins to subtly arise, try initiating a profound yet subtle internal shift. Take a moment to acknowledge that their unique energy and your own are inherently part of a single, interconnected field like ripples emanating from the same vast ocean. Instead of immediately retreating behind those familiar, often self-defeating walls of separation or defensiveness that our egos are so quick to erect, allow yourself the space and vulnerability to genuinely tune into their fundamental humanity. What deeper emotions might they be genuinely feeling beneath the surface of their words or actions? And perhaps even more importantly, what might their presence or reaction be subtly reflecting back to you about your own inner landscape, your own unaddressed fears or unresolved needs? Authentic connection, this expansive perspective, certainly doesn't imply that you must agree with every opinion or action of every individual you meet. Rather, it signifies a profound recognition that at the deepest soul level, you are all undeniably on the same team, navigating the intricate dance of life together. By consistently remaining conscious of this underlying fundamental unity, you inherently lessen the ego's persistent need to be right in every exchange. Instead, your focus naturally shifts towards fostering authentic communication where listening is as vital as speaking and cultivating a genuine, empathetic understanding. If you find yourself feeling triggered by someone's words or actions, instead of reacting impulsively, try to reframe it, see it as an invaluable opportunity to learn about a specific energetic frequency within you that is perhaps asking for deeper acceptance, for integration and healing. When two or more individuals manage to become truly present, profoundly aware, and genuinely accepting of what is in the moment, even when that truth feels deeply uncomfortable or challenging, a palpable energetic alchemy can occur. The collective energy can then miraculously shift to a higher, more harmonious vibration, a resonance that profoundly benefits all involved, creating a shared space of peace and potential. Co-creation in the moment, this deliberate cultivation of unity, coupled with your sustained personal vibration, culminates in true co-creation in every unfolding moment of your life. Through these twin, synergistic practices, the steadfast holding of your chosen, uplifting vibration, and the open-hearted embracing of unity in all your interactions, you begin to navigate the currents of daily life not as a fragile boat tossed by waves, but as a bright, steady, and unwavering light, a beacon for yourself and for others. You become, for those around you, the calm, unmoving eye within the heart of the storm, offering a sanctuary of peace. As you continue to deepen your profound understanding and embodied experience of this interconnected unity, you will quite naturally and effortlessly begin to feel a spontaneous and joyful desire to serve others, an overflowing of your own abundance. Service grounded in sovereignty indeed. Service is a truly beautiful and noble calling, a heartfelt inclination to contribute to the greater good. However, for that service to genuinely uplift and empower all involved, creating a sustainable, positive impact, it must be deeply grounded in your own personal sovereignty. It's a crucial reminder that the very first person you are fundamentally responsible for is yourself. Prioritizing and diligently caring for your own physical, emotional, and energetic well-being is not, contrary to outdated beliefs, an act of selfishness. Rather, it is the indispensable foundation, the wellspring from which all truly effective and impactful help for others can flow. When you have consistently met your own needs, diligently nourished your spirit, and conscientiously filled your own cup, any assistance you then generously offer and naturally originates from a place of genuine abundance and overflowing energy, rather than from a sense of arduous sacrifice or a burdensome obligation. Empowering others in this burgeoning new paradigm of unity consciousness, which emphasizes interconnectedness and inherent worth. No soul is ever truly required to martyr itself for the sake of another. The profound truth is that all beings possess an innate, boundless capacity to access their own inner strength and their own divine guidance, their own wellspring of wisdom. By deeply recognizing and honoring this inherent capacity within others, you are in essence holding them in a higher, more empowering light. You begin to perceive them not as helpless beings desperately needing rescue or salvation, but rather as powerful, magnificent fellow creators who are simply and beautifully in the sacred process of remembering their own immense, innate power. Therefore, if you genuinely choose to offer assistance to someone, whether that manifests as offering a truly listening ear, sharing healing energy, or providing practical, tangible support, let your decision be purely because your heart genuinely calls you to do so, resonating with authentic desire, and not because you feel an external pressure or an internal compulsion that you must. The energy of true service, there exists a profoundly significant energetic difference between these two motivations for service. True, authentic service leaves both the giver and the receiver feeling genuinely uplifted, mutually respected, and energetically refreshed, fostering a harmonious exchange. In sharp contrast, service that stems from a place of guilt, a subtle need for validation, or a deeply ingrained savior complex, often inadvertently creates insidious ties of codependency. Such service, rather than empowering, tends to drain both parties involved, leaving them depleted and often resentful, caught in an unhealthy energetic loop. As you engage in the act of service, endeavor to hold this profound perspective. You are merely one radiant expression of the universal source, joyfully assisting another equally radiant expression of that same boundless source. In the highest, most encompassing truth, you cannot truly disconnect from others, because at that ultimate level of existence, you are them, reflections of the same divine essence. Releasing codependency, what you can consciously and powerfully do, then, is to release any entanglements of codependency or control that may have subtly woven themselves into your interactions. Offer your love, your accumulated knowledge, or your practical help freely and unconditionally, with an open hand and an open heart, and then, crucially, release any attachment to the specific outcome. Trust implicitly each person's unique soul to utilize what you've generously given in precisely the way that will best serve their own individual, evolving journey. This is the elegant, sovereign dance of how truly sovereign beings coexist as equals. Each person remains fundamentally responsible for their own creations, their own life experience, yet simultaneously, they are joyfully interdependent in the boundless sharing of love and profound wisdom. A dance of empowerment when every individual is viewed and truly honored as a capable, divinely powerful aspect of the source itself. The dynamic of giving and receiving effortlessly rises to a profoundly higher octave. It ceases to be a transactional exchange and instead transforms into a graceful, reciprocal dance of mutual empowerment, a shared symphony of growth and support, rather than the limiting, often painful cycle of savior and victim. By steadfastly holding this expansive, liberating vision, this belief in the inherent power and wisdom of all beings, you quite literally elevate all your relationships. They transcend the ordinary and ascend into the sacred realm of unconditional love, profound understanding, and deep fulfillment for everyone involved, creating a harmonious web of connection. Letting go without judgment as you consciously move forward with your authentic desire to release what no longer genuinely serves you. Recognize a crucial truth: that very thing, whether it be a belief, an action, or even a relationship, did, in fact, serve you meaningfully at some point in your journey. There is no inherent need to aggressively push something away or to vilify it, to cast it in a negative light, simply because it no longer aligns with your evolving self or fits into your current vibrational landscape. While it may indeed no longer be in resonant harmony with your energy now, when you look back, there's no requirement to brand it as bad or wrong in order to create a healthy distance from it. To be perfectly clear, this principle applies equally to people as it does to deeply held beliefs and past actions. The profound understanding is that there is, in truth, nothing inherently or intrinsically wrong with anything, absolutely anything, in all of creation. Everything simply is. Releasing with ease when you reach a point where you are genuinely and authentically ready to move on, something truly beautiful occurs, that which you're releasing quite naturally and gracefully falls away, much like a ripe leaf detaches from a branch. However, a common human tendency is to mistakenly believe that the thing you're releasing still possesses some inherent power over you, or that it can somehow stubbornly cling to you and relentlessly follow you on your unfolding journey, an unwanted shadow. This, I assure you, is simply not the case. If you continue to give it your precious attention, or if you expend energy trying to protect others from its perceived influence, you will invariably find that you haven't truly moved beyond its energetic grasp. The fundamental truth of your being, is this what you are, in any and every given moment, is a powerful, sovereign creator being. And nothing, absolutely nothing, possesses the inherent capacity to create itself into your personal experience without your conscious or subconscious energetic invitation or agreement. The power of non-judgment, therefore, you can simply relax into the process of letting go of something. The most crucial and transformative point I wish for you to deeply internalize from this transmission is that it is far more critical, more liberating to abandon any lingering judgment about something that no longer serves you than it is to simply abandon the thing itself. Why? Because judgment, by its very nature, acts as an energetic hook. It will inadvertently create a persistent attachment and continue to manifest, often subtly, in your experience until you finally and consciously release that judgment. So, when you clearly perceive what you truly desire manifesting brightly ahead of you, do not avert your gaze from that magnificent vision to nervously ensure that what you're leaving behind isn't secretly following you. Understand this profound truth. Nothing external can ever truly hinder your expansion, your destined growth. However, you retain the powerful ability to intentionally place obstacles in your own path, to create your own perceived hindrances until that very moment you decide, with all your being, that you no longer wish to do so. The power, ultimately, resides within you.